Each of us sense that deep down we're far more than a biological, psychological, or sociological entity, that we are greater than the sum total of our individual parts, including our inadequacies and failures. At least we hope so. The no-nonsense Powervul process, that's with a V instead of an F, goes deeper than mere Christianese, lick'em-stick'em scripture flinging, and a dash or splash of Jesus sauce. As well, Powervul Coaching goes far beyond the latest coaching craze. Powervul does this by connecting you with who you really are. Who are you really? Ontologically speaking, that's a fancy word for the essence of being, PV Coaching recognizes that you were, in fact, created a gloriously powerful person, powerfully vulnerable and vulnerably powerful, because you were created and redeemed in the image and likeness of God, who is the very personification of power and vulnerability. Unfortunately, most of us haven't been introduced to who we really are, precisely because we've been made to believe God is merely a loving, almighty, all-powerful being. In other words, by dismissing or altogether negating the utter vulnerability of God, we've ironically thought of God as less than the fullness that God is. As those created in the image and likeness of a powerful God, we've consequently become divided within ourselves because we assume that, like God, our power and vulnerability are set at odds, one against the other. Conflicted, we now quietly struggle in vain to make sense of our confusing emotions and thoughts. Deeply split within ourselves, our vulnerability has tragically become the source of our greatest fears, and our glory, the source of our greatest shame. Is it any wonder we quietly suffer inside ourselves while putting on a smiley face for others? When we don't know who we really are, how God has made us uniquely powerful, again, that's with a V instead of an F, we feel disconnected from others, unfulfilled in our potential, and not whole in our humanity. Worse, we're left feeling alone, anxious, depressed, and/or despairing. This can especially be true within our most significant relationships. Cue unresolved heartache, violence, and trauma. Not to mention all the consequential addictions, divorce, and unhealthy relationships. Sadly, too many ministers and coaches try to help by offering you principles instead of a powerful presence. Thus, it can be difficult finding a qualified, life-changing professional. Wasting time and money trying to find the right fit only leads to compounded feelings of frustration, anger, confusion, or despair. Shouldn't the courageous step of asking for help be rewarded with clarity and real answers and solutions? Powervul Coaching introduces you to the glory of your powerful, vulnerable self so you can change your life and be life-changing.